Welcome to the Failsafe issue diagnosis and repair of the Dark Mut, my much loved and abused 5-inch acro quad. So here is the Dark Mut. It was a Dark Max. The body for the Dark Max is still around. It is broken. You swap it over. There it is. It's my first 5-inch quad. And, what's more, the electronics in this are still going. Going great guns. So, here are the original electronics. An all-in-one Vtx and FC and the 4-in-1 ESC. Pretty simple. Nice little clean build. The stuff was put into or fitted to a Martian frame, just the cheapie, with shorter standoffs on it, and then some custom designed 3D printed accessories, bash plates, side plates, and a rear bumper and antenna housing and battery plug housing. So this girl has a problem. She's experiencing random fail-safes. It's a crossfire setup with a crossfire race antenna, a 5.8, probably a little close to that. It does have wiring that comes close, but this is a random occurrence. Can be from 15, 30 meters away. I've never actually had it fail at a great distance. I have taken up to 100 so meters with recently since it started happening, and it didn't fail, but it'll fail pretty randomly. So I've changed the aerial over. That's why it's got the race antenna on it. So I'm going to have to do some more diagnosis, and unfortunately that means I'm going to have to swap some bits. I think I'm going to have to swap I've checked all the connections, I've checked the wiring. I can't seem, doesn't seem like there's a brownout occurring. The next step is to replace parts, and the easiest part to replace next would be the would be the crossfire receiver. It would be the easiest thing, and I'm going to do that and then do some test flying and see what happens. And if that isn't the problem, I might have to swap over the FC and test that. If that isn't the problem, then it'll be another aerial, but I find it extremely unlikely that you get a similar failure from a different aerial mounted as securely as you can see this one. It's got flex to it, but it's there it is at the top. That's the race antenna there. I'm going to take you on that journey with me. And while I'm at it, I might 3D print up some more front bottom plating and top plating for it. And before we go on, here's a short example of the fail-safes. Just quickly, don't worry about my RSSI flashing 0 up there. It's not set up properly for the OSD. I run the RSSI on the IX12, so I got an audible warning. And there you go. And you can see I'm just on the wall up to the left by that green bush. I'll hop down in a minute. And you can also see my motor bell is sitting over there. I popped a C-clip. The radio's alarm, RSSI alarm, isn't going off either. So I'm not getting any warning about these at all. G'day, so here we are at the bench. I've depropped the quad. And we've got a receiver. See that there? And there. And we're gonna solder that up and try that in I'm going to take that apart in a moment. Before I do, this is the old antenna, and you can see it's just pretty standard setup in there. Yeah, can't really tell you why. Yeah, but there was a little tiny bit of damage here, but just to the grounding sheath. It wasn't broken or anything like that. I still think it's a good antenna, but I changed it anyway because, process of elimination. So I'll take it apart now. Okay, so, sorry, excuse the printer, it's warming up there to print off the chin. That's what I call the base plate because it's got a little chin on it, you'll see. Now, I just want to have a quick inspection here. The original electronics didn't come with the capacitor. They've been quite good, and even on only 200 milliwatts, this thing is very few problems with it. This is why it's such a shame to have these problems now. It's been a nice cheap quad to keep going and very enjoyable to fly. Try to zoom in on this for you and get you a good image. It's hard to see just at the moment. I'll open it up. Apart from any, the soldering looks good. Now this has been damaged before. That was the original receiver mounting area, just in here, and it had to, and I re-soldered on and repowered the old Spectrum receiver from a different point, and I re-soldered it back onto the signal. One thing about this stack, FC, is when you get things super close, just here and here and here, make it a bit of a pain to get it off. I think I'm gonna have to get it off. Oh, and also, this is one of those ones that you wouldn't want someone else to work on. The wiring just here for the receiver, it's swapped because I had to use this plug. It's a bit of a bod job, but it's swapped so the the positive coming out of the plug is actually a negative, and the negative coming out of the plug is the positive, to make things super simple and easy for other people. Anyway, I'm just going to desolder here and attach the new one. Or is that not wise? I'm going to have a think about that, about my exact method of doing it, whether I at least check the conductivity of the wires down to the plug point. It's probably a good idea. And my signal wires, which go to a UART under that side, I think. Excuse me. Yeah, just under the USB here, there's a UART. And so I'll check those just to ensure that I've got a signal on them and it's not a wiring problem again. And if they're all good, then I'm going to replace this bad boy here with this bad boy here. Right, so we've got the multimeter out, and we're gonna stick some points. Might have been easier while it was still attached. Okay, so hopefully that's in focus. I had to reposition myself here. Get myself on this one. I've just checked that one, that one's fine. Oh, right, yeah, no, sorry, that was just me. I was just confusing my points. Okay, so they seem all connected. I don't think it's the wiring there. Alright, we're going to replace the thing. The receiver. At this end, just unsolder it, put the new one on. So, here's the replacement. I think I'm going to waterproof that first. So I'm going to get set up to do that. Okay, I'm back, and I've got myself a little bit of a spill guard. I've just chucked the old aerial back on there so it'll protect it somewhat in case I stuff up. And so again, conformal coating. Just got to be careful of buttons like this, which you need to bind this particular device, and things like that. This stuff, not so much. very close. I'll have to do that bit later. Turn it over and do the other side. And get this side. And we in focus there. It's not the best light for you for some reason. Like right here, I'm literally using the shake of my own hand to just try to, you know, not like that, but you know, that tiny shake that everyone has to push it around a bit. Okay. So while that's drying, I will dissect the other one off. Excuse me, just putting back my magnetic. I do not find these things to be very good. Maybe I'm just a numpty. Anyway, put this over here to dry and set up to do the next bit. Okay, here we are. The old one ready to go, and a new one ready to go on. I'm just gonna check. Oh, look at that. There's some spottiness in the coverage on that one, isn't there? That looks good. We'll have a proper look at that once I've got it off. Maybe this got fried. Kind of doubt it, but. Here's my tip holder. Tip holder. Old tip holder. She was good to me. Old tip holder. That thing set me free. Alright. Let's do this. Very good. Off for a good start. I was kind of hoping that would just work for me. Yeah, I'll just try another tact. That's right, full out now. I bet you will. I've said that. You shouldn't have said that, Mike. Alright. Second. So, I'll just hold that in some squeezes for you there. Here we have that unit, and you can see there's a little bit of stuff's come off on the top of these chips and on the top of the chip there. So it may be possible in water aggression over time. Sorry, possible ingression of water over time. We'll put that to the side there. So now we've attached the new receiver. We have to put the antenna onto it. But first we need to head shrink it. In my hand. Here is the heat shrink from TBS. Could you get something and maybe just a little squishier and softer and nicer, please? It would cost you ½ cent. Please. And we're going to cut it to length. It's a good length there. Nice cut, Michael. Straighten it up a little. Off camera. The really annoying thing about this stuff is it's a bugger to get into. Here we go. And if you apply too much heat to it, it's done. It just frazzles. Let's put it on this end. And then nice, clean, click together and bring the heat shrink down after we've bound it, because we want to push this button and it's a lot easier to do without its heat shrink because it's horrible and hard. So I'll get my gear and be back in a minute. Alright, so we're ready to plug in our smoke stopper, bind up, and probably have to update. So, smoke stopper. Pull out the adapter. And that in. And that in there. Okay. Come along the back here. There we go. And there's options, you hit bind. And update, it'll ask you, and then it'll warn you, do not interrupt the following process. Okay. Now it's preparing the receiver and it'll do the update. I'll fast forward. And that's it. She's updated. Yep. Alright, looking good. Unfortunately it's been raining all day, so I don't think I'll be test flying at the moment. I'll have to wait until it stops and get out there and give it some rips. And we'll see how she goes. Hopefully that's fixed the problem. Okay, so now I'm going to reassemble her and put on the new gen. I just got the low intensity heat gun, or one of those that was going to get thrown out. A little from a curler, or not a curler, but you know what I mean, one of those funny hair drying brushes things. Can't remember what they're called right now, but I never use them, so whatever. This is just a hot air brush in style, that's what it says, which sounds like it's not descriptive of what it actually is called. actually shift it up. Motivate it down a smidgen. Actually, that's not too bad. Don't worry about it. Pedantic wanting me. Let's have a quick look. Already get in the way there. Just want to have a good quick look at that. Okay, well, this might not be strictly kosher like Christmas, but I'm gonna do it just for that added feeling of comfort and safety. Just to reinforce the waterproof seal at this end. Okay, put this back on. Doesn't look fantastic, that grounding there, does it? Like the ground sheet that runs along the aerial. It's gonna check it's still electronically talking. Oops. Great. I think I'm going to replace that too while I'm at it. Okie dokie. Eggs and chokey. That was fixed. What? Okie dokie. That has to get recombobulated into there. These are good. Get some of these. They're handy, and they actually stick really well. After a while, they become annoying to get off. Like that. Oh, it's my last one. Oh. Well, did I get it? No, I didn't get it. Let me hear you. Got it. Alright, well. Might take that apart as a bonus. Just for a bit of fun. And on there. Up there. As it just allows you to get your stuff down. You can come along and quick tie it up. A couple of those for later. And now we've got to get this aerial off. This is delicate work. Gotcha. Let's say, see here, look. All that's connecting it is the internal strand of wire. Go there for now. This is going to be quite short, and that's a little annoying, because it's oh crikey, this bloody end here. Stop abusing your thing, Mike. Yeah, I know, right? I think they could tighten that in the factory. I guess not. Maybe you don't want it tightened. Yeah, alright, fair enough. Alright, well, let's see if I can mock this up here. And, what you got there is a problem. Alright, so I got a problem. This is not long enough. So what are my options? How do I untangle this figurative knot? Well, I could use one of these, one of these. Like I said, you work with what you got, not what you want, until you get what you want. Or I could use one of these and extend this. But I don't think this is a real practical solution. Yeah. So what I need to do is fix this or replace it, because I don't have any that long. So what I think I'm going to do is, as much as I like these, and they're very good, I might just slap this on it. Actually, what I'm going to do is finish my beer and think about which one of those I'm going to use. I just realised I made a massive mistake. Potentially okay, potentially not. But we're going to find out. Did I blow my Vtx by testing without my antenna on? Put your bets down below. Let me know what you think. Is it burned or is it not? Alright, crikey Michael, where are you? Now go to her, man. Use your brain. I'm going to use one of these because they're cheap. There's chips. Well, the other ones are actually pretty cheap too. They're $7. These are like $1, $2. How you get? And we're going to use that because it's easy to deal with. And it means I'm going to be hampered by my... Second. Excuse me. It means I'm going to be hampered by my, you know, broadcast range somewhat for a bit. Just get me back up in the air and get me checking failsafes anyway. If I can get it on, that's the challenge. You can also just take those off and reuse them. So I'll get it out of my way. Now, continue the reassembly and testing. Will I embarrass myself on the interweb? Here is the question. Probably looked a lot closer than it was. Alright, so let's put it all back together. Oh, that's gonna give great range. Whatever, it'll fly. It'll be able to be tested. Alright, so let's put this top plate back on. And not forget our side plates. Quickly, I know my quad seems like it's like bent this way. It's not. It's these stick out further than these two. Okay, that's ready to test fly. Unfortunate about the aerial. I'll have to get that back up there. Let's put this on here and away she goes. So you can see the old piece has been snapped and repaired with some acetone. It's just a sacrificial chin. Oh, I forgot. I needed to modify the design. Alright, well, let's get the Dremel out quickly. Okie dokie. Hopefully that'll just slide straight over those offensive screws there. Those offensive bolts. I have work tomorrow, so I'm not going to test this till late afternoon if anything, and it's probably going to be raining by then, so let's test it now. Alright, I have a transmission. I'm going to get up, and I want to walk over here and close the door. At this point, I get as far away as possible without going outside because it was raining, and you can see the results. The flicking is as I move around. When it stops there, I'm standing still for a second just checking it, and it looks like I've gotten away with it. Hopefully I'll be okay. We'll have to see when I get a better aerial on it as well. Next stop, test flight. A test flight follow-up video is coming soon. Thank you for watching. Please hit that like button if you found the video useful. Now for the bonus clip. Alright, so I said we'd try to take this apart for a bit of fun at the end to see what makes it tick. So almost. Yeah, we want to lift that side. There's our empty roll. Why the spacer? It seems redundant. Surely it would just work just as well without the spacer. Maybe it was a feel thing. Maybe that just made it feel firmer. See how it wobbles a little bit. Oh, there's a glue dot there. A wasted glue dot. And then simple ratcheting mechanism built into the case. Nah. No, that's not very strong at all. It's just crap. And then a little geared mechanism here to ensure this picks up. Not sure how that's meant to I guess that's why it slides back so easy. There you go. That's that. Hope you enjoyed that. I really hope it stops raining soon so I can get you that test flight. Have a wonderful day.